Hey fam, how y'all doing? This is your Uncle Tim. How you doing, Timson? This is Uncle Tim Reviews. I ask that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Fam, thank you for watching the videos. I want to say something. A lot of times people feel when they start collecting, they got to buy all the big ticket items. You know what? I'm going to say before you buy those big ticket items, slow down. Make sure that you are invested in the hobby, the line of toys or the line of merchandise that you're looking to get. Make sure you are fully invested before you go out and spend like $1,000 on something and you're not invested. You get what I mean? If you're not in this for the long haul, now don't look at, like sealed video games, sealed toys, and, Funko Pops, all that, basketball cards. Don't look at them as investments. Look at it as a hobby. Never look at a hobby as an investment. If it turns out to be more than what it is, cool. But when you start looking at a hobby as an investment, that's when you start going wrong. You start looking at how much something is worth instead of, do this piece speak to me? Do I like what I'm picking up? You should like the merchandise you have, not just based on, I'm looking at the figures because they say these figures gonna go up, so I'm gonna go look for all of them. These video games right here, these shoes, I'm gonna look for these because they say these are, man, that ain't the thing to do. The thing to do is, if you collecting something, make sure you like what you collected, because you might get stuck with it. Fam, not everything that people say gonna sell sells. Some of it is just lemons. And I mean, it just sit there. And I mean, sometimes it's not what you think it is. So going out there, dropping like $1,000 on Funko Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street, or Venomized Freddy, that's not a good deal, fam. Wait till you really get your footing into the hobby. Or, you buy a really expensive, Galactus, figure, make sure you are invested. Make sure you are really ready to sink your feet into this or sink your teeth into the situation, because a lot of times we're not. Sometimes we think we all in, and after a while we not. We get bored. This is why I say, do a trial run. Make sure you understand what it is that you're doing, and if you don't understand it, don't do it. It's good to pick up a few pieces and see how you feel about them. If you don't feel good about them, you could always either sell them or give them to somebody. But when you start spending big money on items, and all of a sudden you ain't like what you're doing, it's hard to get rid of it. Why? Because sometimes it's hard to ship the stuff. Sometimes people don't want to buy it for the price you paid for it. And you might have got it at a steal. And you try to sell it for a little bit more. People ain't trying to buy it like that because they don't want it. Fam, this is what I'm getting at. A lot of times we miss the mark on it because we so got it in our head. We look at these YouTubers, these Instagram people, and we see that they doing big things and, their collections are valued at all of this. Like I said, each collection is different. You can have the exact same stuff that this guy has, but for some reason your stuff ain't as valued as his is. Why? Who knows? Everything works different for every different person. I see people get into cologne for the wrong reason, watches for the wrong reason, just everything. It's just like, you gotta slow down. If you don't like what you're doing, don't do it. If you think you in it for the wrong reasons, rethink it. If you in it to resell the merchandise, cool. But know what you're doing and know why you're doing it. It's nothing wrong with buying grails, but start buying grails after you collect it for a while to see where you sit at with it. You get what I mean? You got a big collection of everything and, you like, man, maybe I could pick up some. Oh, but you know what? You don't know what you're going to pick up at a certain time. Maybe you don't. But just be careful putting a lot of money into something that you're not sure of. Things that look like sure things sometimes are not. Like Funko Pops, they're not sure things. A lot of those, they got to be damn near in immaculate condition to sell them. As a bulk buy to people. No bent corners, no this, no that, no dings. Man, it's hard to find Funko Pops like that, man. I collect my Funko Pops. The box may be a little dinged up. I don't care about none of that. Fam, look, it's real out here. You have to do this for yourself. And this is what you're doing this for. It's supposed to be for peace of mind. Anytime that you sinking too much money in it too quick, there's a problem. If you've done sunk, which I just seen a few people do in some of these groups, and I'm not trying to shame them or anything, but I'm saying anytime you done sunk $5,000 into action figures and you just started, you know, I understand all of our money is different, and I get it. And if you can swing it like that, cool. But I say slow it down some, fam. You got a long way to go. You know, think about your shelf space. Think about where you're going to put the items. Think about where you're going to display them. Because if you move too quick, you got a lot of shit everywhere. And it looks disproportionate because it is. It's just wow. This is why I say you need to slow it down. Enjoy it. You know, I slowed down a little bit because, you know, I looked at it and I said, man, I got a little bit too much of stuff. And each time that I pick up a new line, sometimes I box the old line up in like some totes. And, you know, and I put, you know, something new on the shelf. You know, these shelves have been different. Each time that you look, probably, you know, since the beginning of these videos, these shelves done, you know, changed. And that's how it gotta be, fam. You know, your interests change. You know, the line may not be producing the figures you want anymore. And you start with something different. You know, the shoe manufacturer may not be producing the shoes you want anymore. So you kind of cutting out on those shoes and going somewhere different. But before you overdo it, make sure you understand why you in it. Why are you in this? It's to get enjoyment and satisfaction from it. Treating a hobby as an investment, you will go wrong every time. Treat it as what it's supposed to be. Entertainment, joy. And if your joy somehow brings you cash, that's a good thing. I see a lot of people with sealed video games, and I'm still trying to understand the purpose of it. Why buy sealed video games? Why have them sealed? Why have them graded, sitting up there? What is the purpose of all of it? If you can't play the damn game, why do you even have it? What, to show it? Look at my collection. It's nice to look at. Hey man, what games could we play? I went over to my friend's house. He had a lot of sealed games. I said, what we gonna play? He said, what? Oh, well, I could download a game. I said, what the hell is the purpose of having all these games and they all sealed and we can't play none of them? Guess what? A couple of weeks later, all them damn games were open because I guess it made sense here for him. You know, it's nothing wrong with having sealed games, but at least have two of them. Have two of the copies of the games. Make sure you have one that you can play and one that's sealed. Otherwise, people will be looking like, It's like having a pair of all your Jordans in shoe boxes. They all come in shoe boxes. You never open the box. You know, it's just you open to look at them and you kept them in there and that was it. What is the purpose of having the shoes if you don't wear them? To me, what's the purpose of me having these toys if I don't display them? I don't like having them in boxes. And for the people who like having toys in boxes, that's cool, because I used to like them in boxes. But I started realizing, for me, they're harder to display. You know, they take up more room in boxes. You know, you could put like 5 or 6 figures over there for one box. Fam, make sure you buy what speaks to you. Not no figure that's talking to you, but buy things that work for you, that you like. So as you go on with this collecting thing, it works for you. You know, maybe at the end of the line, you can sell your collection. I done sold my collection damn near 2 or 3 times. This is what I'm telling you. But you should get stuff that speak to you, because it's hard to move shit you don't like. Nobody wants it. Because you don't want it, nobody wants it. You can't give it away. Fam, again, I learned a lot of lessons in this, collecting business. You got to understand, you matter. Your thoughts and opinions on every piece you touch matters. Because if you don't feel it, don't buy it. That could be money spent on something else or a bigger purchase down the line, fam. But thanks for watching. Until later, remember, your time is money, and money is time. And just think about it. Collecting is not an investment. Just keep that in mind, because a lot of people go broke here. A lot of people go and spend over, they spend so much in the beginning, and later on, this shit ain't worth nothing. You know, as prices go up with certain things, they go down. Remember all those people who bought all those Beanie Babies and thought they were going to be rich later on? They were investing in them and everything. Everybody had Beanie Babies at the time. You know, they had them in big old collection. Now they ain't even worth a penny, because they were oversaturated. It's never going to be worth anything if you oversaturate the market. And plus, the balloon bust. You know, nobody was, into it anymore. They were like, I done had enough. Till later, fam. Thanks for watching. Peace out.